It was on a hot summer evening. I was playing with my dog Dorn in the front garden and my parents were in the house. Dorn was very playful. Whenever I threw the ball far away, he always chased it and returned with the ball. He was my best friend at the time. Anyway, a car with a small trailer suddenly pulled up in front of my house. I couldn't see the driver's face though. There was a woman in the car, and she had brown curls of hair, a narrow face, and dark eyes. Her eyes rested on the girls who had been playing around that place, and soon she had a benevolent smile like a mother smiling at her child. From then on, I had lost interest and continued to play with Dorn. Meow! At that moment, I heard the quiet sound of a cat in my back, and that immediately caught my attention. The woman got out of the passenger seat and opened the door to the caravan. My eyes were fixed to the woman, and the girls also looked at the woman, who took a box out of the caravan. She took something out of it, and I could see a small gray kitten. My eyes started shining, and the other girls were delighted at the same time. Then the woman said in a soft voice, "Who wants a kitten?" Without hesitation, the girls scrambled straight to the woman. When they stopped in front of the trailer, the woman went inside and said, "Come in. It can't run away in here." She laughed out loud. At first, I had to fight against my curiosity and my love of animals. My parents always said to me, "Do not talk to strangers." However, I was in front of my house, and if something happened, I only had to shout and run inside the house. Besides, I wasn't alone. The other girls were there too. Finally, I thought maybe the woman was one of my neighbor's friends, so I ran towards the caravan. However, Dorn started to bark out loud and ran after me with a growl. I stopped and looked at him in confusion. He was a sweet dog, but this time he rushed past me and even pushed one girl over who was about to get into the caravan to the ground. The woman in the trailer looked shocked for a while. Then her eyes narrowed into slits, and she slowly disappeared into the darkness. I was speechless at that moment, and the girls started to burst out crying. All of a sudden, a head stuck out of the shadow of the trailer door. It was that woman, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. She was literally drooling from her mouth, grinning eerily. Then she yelled, "An evil child must be punished." Fear ran through my veins. I could see that she had a knife in her hand. She reached out her other hand towards me, but Dorn jumped up at that instant and bit her arm. Blood spurted everywhere. Screams resonated from our necks, and only then, Dorn let go of the woman's arm. It was like he stood in front of us to protect us from her. The woman started to talk to herself, cursing and staring at me like a witch. Then she disappeared into the trailer, giggling madly. As she slammed the door, the caravan pulled away. Before she ran away, she threw the box towards us on the street. When I looked at the box, one message caught my eyes. A sweet reward for evil children. That was exactly what I read on the box. Soon after, my parents and my neighbor's parents, who heard our desperate screams, came to us. I've never been so happy to see my parents. Then the box suddenly came across my mind. Worrying about the kittens, I ran to the box. But I found that something was wrong when I opened it. There were dead kittens and a device that played the recorded sound of kittens inside. Later, the police arrived, and after their investigation, it turned out that the criminals were a couple who had been kidnapping little girls in the area. Since then, I've always been careful while I'm outside and never talk to strangers.